Antonio, Texas. The Celtics taking on the Spurs. For the Celtics, excellent year so far. Second place in the East, and they continue to set their sights high. Spurs, Celtics, coming up next. Welcome and thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports as we get ready to go with our Saturday night presentation. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And the starting group for the Celtics. Brown and Tatum are the explosive wing pair. Horford and Williams together in the front court. And it's Brogdon in at the point guard position. And for the Spurs, at the 2 and the 3, it's Vassell and Johnson. And it's Jones in at the 1. Well, we're at the time of the calendar when some teams go through a midseason lull. Grant, what has to be done to avoid that?
Well, first of all, you have to keep your composure. You cannot panic. And, of course, this is when a coach earns his keep. Motivation becomes key. Keeping the players focused and making sure nobody starts coasting.
Now here's Jones. Right side Johnson. Pass to Bassie from the baseline. That one a little long. Tatum with it. Coming off a solid outing against Dallas. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
And here are the Spurs now. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
Great communication on defense in that one. They worked really well as a unit to frustrate the offense.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position, help was on the way.
And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Pass to Johnson. Inside. Bassie. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
No, I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And that streaking rack attack is the mobile one drive.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. They'll take possessions like that one all day.
Williams finds Horford. Here's Tatum. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That's on Keldon Johnson.
Tatum has worked very hard to improve his finishing game, and that includes sometimes taking contact and earning a trip to the foul line.
And that one falls for Tatum.
What has to excite you about Jason Tatum is how consistently he puts work in to perfecting his craft. His idol is Kobe Bryant. He is a guy that wants to continue and will work to get better.
And so Tatum nails both of them. And Doris, Tatum has already accomplished so much early on in his career.
Yeah, but you get the sense this guy is nowhere near finished. Jason Tatum is a guy who wants to be seen as an all-time great when his career is said and done. He is someone you can count on to give you everything he's got.
Offensive rebound.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Brogdon against Jones. And he lobs it up top. And Williams punches it home.
If you want to talk about an NBA player who has poise and vision, that's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
Vassell outside. Over to the wing. Tatum against Johnson. Here's Bassey. Williams defending. Jones against Brogdon. And that one's good.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Williams. And here's Tatum, covered by Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Williams in the post. The kick to Tatum. Rebound San Antonio. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. That shot, no good. The Celtics have gone 1 for 3 so far. On the wing, Tatum. Williams passes to Tatum. Missed inside.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Jones against Brogdon. Jones, the pass to Johnson. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Well, this is an example of the court awareness we talk about with Al Horford. This guy's a very willing passer.
San Antonio trailing here. Vassell outside. Pass to Johnson. Jones drives in. Here's Bassey. 5 on the clock. Here's Johnson. Misses off the right iron.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Outside, Brown. And he's going for the oop here. And Williams punches it home.
Jaylen Brown has improved as a setup guy. That pass was on time and on target.
And the Spurs with possession here. 4-point game. And this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year.
Because they play in different conferences, these teams don't really see each other all that much. It makes it interesting here.
Right. They'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play.
Here's Brogdon. After the basket by San Antonio. Brown passes to Horford. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
When you think about Al Horford at his best, he is one of the league's most versatile big men. This guy is a very strong passer. He can defend across positions, including switching out on the perimeter, and he can knock down open threes.
That's good from Horford. And it may have taken 10 years, but Horford's defense finally got recognized in 2018.
Yeah, he made the NBA's all-defensive team that season, BA, and he may not be a shot-blocking force like some of the great defensive players in this league, but there isn't a weakness to his game on the defensive end.
Horford hits them both.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
For San Antonio, they've gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. Right wing. Pass to Sohan. Back to Jones. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Well, this guy is a consistent shot blocking threat. Al Horford twice on the pipes.
Here's Brown. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Takes a 13-footer. Rebound Boston.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Outside Tatum. Who poked away and stolen by Jones. Johnson with it. Picked up by Tatum. Yep, that one goes.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a one-possession game. Well done.
The Celtics with the lead. Now here's Brogdon. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Now here's Williams. Tightly guarded. And here's Brown for three. Rebounded by Johnson. Knocked loose. And stolen by Williams. Here's Brown. Bassey pulls it in.
His defensive talent, such a gift for his squad.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Now here's Johnson, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
That's already this guy's second foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
The Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. McDermott's checked in for San Antonio. Williams is checked in for Boston. White comes in for Jaylen Brown. Here's Birch. Right now averaging 6 a game. They now take the lead. And the Spurs lead by 1.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
To the inside. And Smart with the bucket on the assist by Brogdon.
Well, you have to respect the physicality of Marcus Smart's game, right? Just because you make contact with him doesn't mean he's not going to finish.
Back to Graham. Pass to Bates Diop. The kick out to Graham. And the layup is good off the glass. Graham's got 5 points.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
3 on 3. Floats one. Bates Diop can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. White, the pass to Smart. And here's Brogdon. Now here's Williams. To the middle. And it's Brogdon missing. San Antonio leading. And here's Graham. He's got 5. On the wing, McDermott. Outside Graham. Pass to Birch. Just 4 to shoot. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And you have to think that one advantage this Celtics team has is a deep roster. Lots of quality guys they can assemble different ways. They're pretty adaptable.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. You know, a versatile bench really is a gift for the Celtics in tough situations.
And even a great starting 5 isn't perfect against every opponent. It's important to have flexibility, and that's something that Boston definitely has.
He's off on the second.
And for people who didn't know about Derek White before last year's playoffs, they sure know about him now. He played big on the biggest stage.
Now here's Smart. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Graham with it. Now guarded by Brogdon. An easy 2 on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 4. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for San Antonio?
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
It's amazing how much energy White brings to the floor, Graham.
You know, B.A., he has a passion for the game. He's tough, and he's very intelligent. He makes great decisions. He has all the tangibles you're looking for.
Boston with the ball. The Spurs making their last shot. Brogdon, the pass to Williams. Yes, it's good. Williams has got 6.
Well, Malcolm Brogdon's communication with guys on the floor is just terrific. What a nice pick-and-roll opportunity created by him.
Well, the Spurs shooting an impressive 47%. Pass to McDermott. Here's Collins. Outside Grant. Collins against Williams. Rebound Boston. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Brogdon. The shot comes out. San Antonio goes the other way with it. Outside Graham. Shoots over White. Graham misses. Boston trailing. Here's Smart. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Boy, that's a terrific job of Marcus Smart handling the basketball. He is relentless in how he's attacking the defense.
Brogdon against Graham. Pass to Collins. Now here's Birch. McDermott with the ball. Defended by Smart. Graham for 3. Sinks it from distance. Give him 8 points now. The Celtics shooting around 40% early on here. Brogdon against Graham. It's Smart on the wing. 1:02 left in the first.
Boy, how aggressive is Marcus Smart? The ability to explode off and get the dunk home.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. McDermott outside. Tipped away. Out to the wing. Bates Diop down low. He's guarded by White. Bates Diop can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 7 of 16 so far. Pass to White. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
I think the thing that's most striking about Derek White, guys, he's capable of affecting games in so many ways. Yes, he can score it. Excellent passer and a very versatile cross-positional defender, a guy who can contribute to a good team.
And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Celtics. Muscala comes in for Williams. And it's Gallinari in for Malcolm Brogdon. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Back to Graham. 16 seconds left in the opening quarter. down low. Here's Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Here's White. Oh, great D that time from Graham. Devontae Graham getting it done for the Spurs. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, before we move on, what do you think about the Spurs at this point?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off, jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
Boston shooting around 41%. On the court for the Celtics. Second quarter underway. Brown and Tatum are the explosive wing pair. Danilo Gallinari out there with Mike Muscala. And it's Smart in at the point. San Antonio leading. Johnson with it. Guarded now by Smart. Here's Graham. Plenty of space. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Graham's got 10. And when you're trying to slow down a top scorer, often the game plan is to get physical. Grant, you would know better than anybody. What's it like in the trenches here?
Well, B.A., it's interesting. I mean, it can wear on you. It's a mental challenge. When you're in the trenches trying to slow down a great offensive player, it really becomes a battle of wills. You have to stay focused. You have to be disciplined. And most importantly, you just cannot take a play off and allow a great player to get going.
And the Spurs with possession here. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Memphis where they'll face the Grizzlies. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. It's Johnson with a drive. Here's the teardrop, and the layup is up and in. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
And that replay showed how sensational that drive truly was.
Yeah, and in close games like this one, B.A., you need toughness. Guys who will run to the fight and get after it.
Back to Smart, and stolen by Graham. Here's Vassell. The three-pointer off the mark. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Smart passes to Brown. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Brown's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Now here's Graham. 10 points for him. Back to Johnson. Takes a 13-footer. That's good on the jumper. Johnson's gotten his second bucket of the game.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Smart against Graham. Pass to Tatum. Up again. Back to Smart. Brown passes to Tatum. Tries yet again. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
And guys, talk about silencing the critics. Tatum made first-team All-NBA last year and led the Celtics to their first finals appearance in over a decade.
And he drops the first. You know, probably the biggest shift for Tatum, his advancement at the defensive end, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. And that's imperative at the small forward position. Think about it. You have guys like LeBron, Kawhi, KD. Now Jason Tatum is in that elite two-way group as well. And you have to put Jimmy Butler in there as well.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous 3-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Vassell outside. Back to Graham. Now Vassell looking for his first basket, still in this one. The shot by Sohan, no good.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Pass to Graham. To the paint. Lets it go from 14. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Here's Smart. 6 points for him. Tatum. Good.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Smart against Graham. Pass to Vassell. Back to Graham. Shoots over Horford. Horford with the block. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you very much, Brian. Well, Jaylen Brown has been vocal when it comes to social justice. He said, quote, "People need to step up and use their platform. Keep conversations alive and show people that you care. Where your influence is biggest, try to leverage it." Brian, he knows his stuff.
Stand up. Allie, thanks. Now here's Vassell. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Smart with the ball. Pass to Tatum. 4-3. Brown. Great positioning on the putback. Brown's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, can we remember Jaylen Brown's got a 7-foot wingspan? That's an easy second chance opportunity.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
Boy, when you think about Jaylen Brown, you have to be impressed by the progress he has made offensively. He's become one of those guys that you know wants to take it to the next level.
Jones, he's checked in for Graham. And the Celtics also making a change. Brogdon's checked in for Muscala. Here's Jones. In his last outing with 12 points. Vassell outside to the left wing. Johnson against Brown. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Jones against Brogdon. Here's Tatum. And here's Brown for 3. Kept alive. Tatum passes to Brogdon. Goes up again. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Wow, how about the balance and strength of Malcolm Brogdon? Give him the end one.
And how about Jaylen Brown, Doris, becoming an offensive monster?
This guy has become a consistent three-point shooting threat. He can knock down shots from the field. He can go off the bounce. He'll contribute on the backboards. And we know they challenged him to become a better playmaker, and he has. He has become the full package.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him.
Malcolm Brogdon has proven more than capable of producing at a high level on the offensive end, both as a scorer and as a passer. And we know he is a quality defensive player. Great positioning, great intellect. He's a true two-way force.
Now here's Brogdon. Last game for him, he had 14. Pass to Brown. Outside Tatum. Launches it. Can't hit that one. San Antonio goes the other way with it.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Vassell with it. On the wing, Jones. Over Brogdon. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Celtics have gotten 6 shots to fall out of 13 attempts here in the second. And the jam by Brown.
Well, how about the leaping ability of Jaylen Brown? Soars high for the rim-rocking slam. Go to work, young man.
Jones against Brogdon. Pass to Johnson. Looking to win the run. That one off the back iron and out. For Boston, they've gotten 7 shots out of 14 attempts in this second quarter. Smart passes to Horford. They shoot again. San Antonio with a rebound. And there's the call on Al Horford. That'll be a second foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Over to the left wing. Birch finds Jones. And here's Vassell. Out to the right wing. Brown with the steal. Inside. Here's Tatum. Birch with some nice D. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Bates Diop. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. It's stolen by Brogdon. To the paint. And finished off by Tatum.
Great scorers need easy opportunities to pile up those points. Tatum above the rim and the nice finish.
Now a timeout called by San Antonio.
When you watch him play, you can feel the effect that Marcus Smart has on the basketball game. Defensively, this guy is as good as any guard in the league, and he has multiple all-defensive selections to show for it.
The Spurs making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. And for the Spurs, they're shooting only 36% during the second. Jones with the ball. Now guarded by Brown. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Williams has checked in for Boston. Pass to Bates Diop. Now Birch. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jones finds McDermott. Three-pointer, Birch. That shot missing. And Boston going the other way now. The Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. Doris, Marcus Smart. His defense sets the tone for this team.
It does, B.A. There's no doubt about it. They feed off both his energy and his attitude. There are so many little things that Marcus Smart does that can get into the head of opposing ball handlers. He pressures the basketball. He'll get strip steals. He can also pinch down in the post and give some assistance to a big man. The effect on winning is real.
And the Celtics making a change here. White's checked in. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. Rebounded by Birch. And the Spurs shooting around 41%. Looking to end the drought. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
I think let's give them credit as well for the job they've done getting to the free throw line. It's been a huge factor for them.
The first one falls. Some changes for Boston. Robert Williams checked in for Horford. And it's Gallinari in for Jaylen Brown. And he makes both free throws. The Celtics with the lead. Now here's Brogdon. A steady force on their offense. Recording around 14.5 a game. McDermott against White. It doesn't go for him. Good D by McDermott. San Antonio's gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Pass to Bates Diop. Here's McDermott. He's guarded by White. Back to Bates Diop. Shot clock at 6. Jones from outside. Williams grabs the board. And for the Celtics, they're shooting 40% in the second quarter so far. Rebound San Antonio. On the wing, McDermott. Williams defending. Here's Birch. Rebound Boston. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Brogdon against Jones. Brogdon with the bucket. Brogdon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Here's Jones. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. To the wing on the left. Bates Diop down low. He's against Gallinari. Bates Diop can't get it to go. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Here's Williams. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Free throw drops for Williams. That one's no good. And the Spurs shooting a chilly 28% here in the second. McDermott inside. He's guarded by White. Pass to Bates Diop. Now Jones. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Robert Williams picks up one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And he misses the second one as well, so 0 for 2 that time.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
Outside Brogdon, down low, Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Here's McDermott after the basket by Boston. Here's Bates Diop. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 8 rebounds in the game.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Back come the Spurs in transition. San Antonio again missing.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
And boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Now here's Brogdon. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Fires from 14. And there's White. That's good on the assist by Brogdon.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Here's Birch. 26 seconds left to play in the first half. Bates Diop can't get it to go.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Outside Brogdon. And they pick up 2. And now it's a 12-point Boston lead.
Well, you have to appreciate this about Malcolm Brogdon. There's a level of physicality he brings to the guard position. Nice finish through contact.
And so it's the Boston Celtics going into the break up 12. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks so much, Al. As you anchor that front court, what were you guys looking to accomplish in the first half?
I mean, we're just trying to play with pace, trying to dominate on the defensive end, get rebounds, make it tough.
Pace is key. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They trailed by as many as 6 points in the first period. The second quarter was all theirs. Major uptick in offensive and defensive intensity as they did their jobs with precision, now sitting on a comfortable 12-point lead at the half. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Celtics.
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hand and get those elbows dirty. You know I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Right now, this game is being won and lost on the glass. When another team is out muscling you, sometimes you have to run more guys to the backboard. Quantity can match quality if you can also be aggressive going after the basketball.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
He's been a real difference maker today in terms of reeling in offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
At the 2 and the 3, it's Vassell and Johnson. And it's Bassey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Now here's Tatum. A good look from Horford. They get it back.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And the Spurs shooting at about 34% here in this game. Jones with the ball. Now guarded by Brogdon. Outside Jones. The kick out to Johnson. Fires from deep. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Johnson. Rebounded by the Celtics. Horford's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Back to Brogdon. Shoots. He's off on that one. And the Spurs going the other way now. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Pass to Sohan. Second chance shot. Boston with a rebound.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Williams passes to Brogdon. Jones with the ball. Now guarded by Brogdon. Now Vassell. Outside Jones. Johnson against Tatum. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Tatum. First free throw is good. Graham's checked in for San Antonio. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Boston, no good that time either.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Here's Johnson. Tatum with the block.
Probably the most underrated aspect of Jason Tatum's game is his defense. Size, length, strength, you name it, sends that one back.
Now here's Williams. 9 points in the game. Outside Brogdon. Gets stolen by Johnson. Here's the break. Here's Vassell. No luck on that one. Nice D from Brown. The Celtics have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Tatum's shot is good.
Tatum doesn't need a whole lot of space. You give him any look from 3 and you're in trouble.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Graham, the pass to Johnson. Back to Graham. Tatum against Johnson. Vassell outside. Looking to end this cold spell. Rebound Boston. Tatum's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Pass to Brogdon for 3. Vassell with the rebound. The Spurs shooting only 29% in this one. Not great.
I think when people think of Malcolm Brogdon, the first word that comes to mind is consistency. This guy takes quality shots. He's already produced a 50, 40, 90 season back in 2019.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Well, that 50, 40, 90 season put Brogdon in pretty exclusive company, Doris.
It sure did, B.A. Only the 8th player in the history of the league to accomplish that feat. Think about it. It takes tremendous skill to carry those percentages. The discipline to take good shots. The work required to become a consistent shooter. Brogdon brings it every game.
No good on the free throw. Muscala, he's checked in for Williams. And the second free throw is good. Boston's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Outside Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. Give him 8. Yep, that one goes. Brown's got 10 points.
Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown in pick and roll play. Just gets to his spot and scores it.
Johnson. Nice D from Tatum.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And it's in there. He's got 12.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
And after spending his first 3 seasons with the Bucks, Malcolm Brogdon was part of a sign and trade. Just a great move for his career.
On defense, the Celtics. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game.
Switch.
Here's Sohan. Horford pulls it in. And after that 2018 sign and trade, Malcolm Brogdon got an expanded role, Grant.
He really did. I mean, Brogdon becoming more of a ball handler, a chance to shine offensively. His numbers as a result have exploded since that deal.
Now here's Muscala. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Brown. No good off the glass. On offense, here is San Antonio. Graham on the attack. Tipped. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the Celtics are handing the keys to the two J's, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. There have been growing pains, and even some question if the pair could coexist. But Brown said, quote, "The adversity will help us grow. As long as I'm on the same page with him and he's on the same page with me, we're all good." Brian?
Figuring it out, Allie. Thank you. Graham against Brogdon. Here's Bassie. He's got 6. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Pass to Vassell. Here's Sohan. Horford with the block. And they get it back. Here's Graham. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. The Celtics have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Vassell against Brogdon. Horford outside, 20 feet out. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And also, guys, the tenacity they've shown on the defensive end has been something else. Look at how many blocks they've tallied thus far.
And here's Graham. He's got 10. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Brogdon against Graham. Now Brogdon. He's got 7. Over Graham. Bassie pulls it in. San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Outside Graham. It's stolen by Brogdon. And here's Brown for 3. They get the rebound. Williams passes to Brown. Brogdon from outside. Tries yet again. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. Gallinari, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Malcolm Brogdon.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
When you think about Al Horford, you think about a guy who entered the league with a maturity beyond his years. And now consider, guys, we've been talking about high-level play for over a decade in the NBA. What a career.
Now here's Birch. Back to McDermott. 5 to shoot. Here's Vassell. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Vassell's got 5 points. Boston's gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. White, the pass to Brown. Now here's Williams. He's guarded by Birch. And here's Brown for three. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And so it's San Antonio with it. Vassell outside. Birch against Williams. Birch the pass to Vassell. To the middle. This one for three. Counted from distance. Vassell's got 6 points in the quarter.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Pass to Brown. Williams from long range. Vassell with the rebound. Vassell's got his 4th rebound in this one. All alone. Graham misses. Boston on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. Collins with it. Now Horford defending. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Vassell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 10.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
And we just had to see that mobile one drive one more time. Great stuff.
Yeah, a double-digit deficit. They're going to have to play better. They need more of this kind of aggressive play.
Back to White. The baseline J is on the way, and the shot's good. White's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
You have to be dialed in from the mid-range. Derek White says, I can do that too, folks.
Vassell against Brown. Vassell passes to Collins from outside the arc. Hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 7th rebound here tonight. White with it. He has 6. Gallinari for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Collins has got his 4th rebound in this one. McDermott finds Vassell. Back to McDermott. Pass to Birch. Out left to the wing. Graham, the pass to Collins. Free throw is good from Collins. A different look for San Antonio. Johnson comes in for McDermott, and it's Jones in for Birch. Williams is checked in for Boston. Smart comes in for Gallinari. And that's good as he hits both shots. And the Celtics shooting 42% in this third quarter. Now here's White. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Jones against Smart. The kick out to Williams. Clock at 6. And here's Brown for 3. Unable to get that one. San Antonio goes the other way with it. Outside Jones. Pass to Graham. Back to Jones. Shoots over Brown. San Antonio again missing. Boston's shooting around 44%. Not bad. Smart passes to Brown. He drops it from range. Brown's got 10 points here in the second half.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner threes.
To the inside. Here's Collins. And a nice finish on the layup.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Pass to Smart. It's Brown on the wing. Shoots over Johnson. And it's Boston scoring again.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. The ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Smart. Pass to White. To the paint. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home. That gives him a double-double in this one.
Well, if you leave someone that wide open, Derek White will put it on time and on target.
A challenging stretch here for San Antonio. Now Graham. He's guarded by White. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Johnson against Brown. Looking to get it going. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out. Free throw drops for Johnson. That one misses.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's White. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
When you are the aggressor, being assertive, very often you're going to get the whistle, as Derek White did there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. White hits them both. And so it's the Boston Celtics, already up 26 points as this quarter ends. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. Mike Muscala out there with Blake Griffin. Then it's Danilo Gallinari. Then it's Derek White. And it's Pritchard in at the 1. So it's San Antonio now. Here's Bates Diop. And with the G League Ignite and other youth leagues, the opportunity to go pro at a young age is there. Doris, did you see this coming?
Well, we know nothing stays static in life, Brian, and I think you need to look no further than what happened for such a long time over in Europe and abroad. We'd observed that European players had an advantage where it came to skill development because they were playing pro earlier than people over here in the United States. This has helped close the gap.
Well, the Spurs shooting a rough 29% from the field here. McDermott outside. To the left side wing. Pass to Wesley. 6 to shoot. Here's Mamukelashvili. Three-pointer off the mark. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Pritchard out to the right wing. Muscala. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
Well, 9 times out of 10, that probably is a miss, but somehow he finds a way.
Pass to McDermott. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. Birch, he's checked in for Mamukelashvili. Doris, in the NBA, more attention is being paid to mental health more than ever before, and players are taking the lead in raising awareness.
I love that, Brian, because it's such an important issue. Performing between the lines of an NBA floor requires basketball skill, but it requires mental health and strength. And a lot of players, Kevin Love in particular, have been so brave. Credit to the NBA for addressing it and being out front. Yeah, fantastic feed from the big man. Blake Griffin's feel for when his guys are open is truly special.
And no lack of aggression on that move. Good for the 2K drive.
Yeah, that's a little icing on the cake right there. Putting on a show while they enjoy a big second half lead.
Here's Wesley. San Antonio again missing. For Boston, they've gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Pass to Muscala. Let's go with a 3. Wesley with a rebound. For San Antonio, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Here's Pritchard. Griffin with it. And here's White. 6 on the shot clock. From the right block. Deflected.
Oh, the 7'3" wingspan erases that shot. Nice by Gorgui Zhang.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
So San Antonio ends up going with a new group. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Robert Williams checked in for Griffin. Horford comes in for Muscala. Smart's checked in for Gallinari. And Brogdon is subbed in for Pritchard. Here's Sohan. Back to Graham. Vassell outside. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Smart. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And Grant, as NBA players start to have more of a platform, we still hear those who say, shut up and dribble. What are your thoughts about this?
I think it's silly and it's unfortunate. And if you don't like it, then change the channel. But players today, Matter of fact, everybody today has a voice through their social media channels, and it just so happens that NBA players have large platforms that reach people all over the world.
Yeah, don't expect the players to be anything other than themselves. And the first one at the line is good.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
The Spurs making a switch here. Collins checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for White. And so Smart nails them both. And the play-in tournament has been a success. But some debate about whether the stats should count towards postseason stats. Granted, kind of falls in the abyss. How do you think we should reconcile?
Well, B.A., first of all, it is the postseason. It's exciting. Everyone's watching. So much is on the line. This is high-pressure elimination games. And, yes, there have been some great performances that we've seen in the play-in tournament thus far. So I think these stats should be included in postseason numbers for players.
Clock at 6. Back to Brogdon. Over Graham. And it's Brogdon missing.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Outside Graham. Kicks it out to Collins. Fires the three. Good. And Graham with the setup.
Here in the second half, you see they've gone to the long ball to try to keep up.
And here's Brogdon. Right side, Williams. Pass to Tatum. From about 19. No good on the shot. San Antonio goes the other way with it. Here's Johnson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Malcolm Brogdon.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He misses the free throw. Well, Grant, I know you collect art, so we've been hearing all about these NFTs that teams and players are creating. I'm going to need a little instructional here. What's it all about?
Oh, B.A., first of all, memorabilia and collectibles have always been around. But, yes, NFTs have taken it to a whole nother level. And, yes, I do have an NFT. I don't fully understand it, so I can't explain it to you. But I know it's the next big thing, that's for sure.
Graham against Brogdon. Pass to Hauser. Now here's Tatum. Fires for three. He buries it from three.
Well, the confidence of Jason Tatum is evident always. As soon as the ball touches his hands, he is shot ready and lets it go.
Now here's Vassell. Outside Johnson. Pass to Bassi. It's tipped. Now Williams. Outside Tatum. Here's Hauser. Right side Brogdon. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Malcolm Brogdon a little bit crafty on the interior, getting that one down.
Pass to Vassell. Johnson against Tatum. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
After being so smart with the ball in the first half, he's gotten a bit careless.
And the Celtics making a change here. Muscala's checked in. The Celtics have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Pass to Hauser. Johnson with the defensive effort. San Antonio has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Pritchard's checked in for Boston. Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation. Well, Doris, courtside seats in basketball are hard to come by. Experiencing that proximity to the action is a rare treat, but with virtual reality now, anyone can.
Listen, BA, I'm all for technology, and I think that's cool. But let's be real. You give me a courtside seat where I can feel the action, where I can see all the minute details of everything that's transpiring in real time, I'll take that.
Pass to Sohan, and stolen by Williams. Here's Hauser. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Vassell. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Smart with the ball. Now Muscala. Williams from long range. Sohan with a rebound. Vassell with it. Guarded now by Smart. Smart against Vassell. Pass to Sohan. Back to Vassell. Shot clock at 6. Over Smart. Vassell can't get it to go. The Celtics shooting around 42% as we continue play in the fourth quarter. Here's Pritchard. Graham covering. Here's Williams. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, some have said the NBA's next media deal could see franchises' values double. As a league owner, Grant, are you good with that?
I think I could get comfortable with that idea. I just think it speaks to the product. It speaks to how we present and package the game. There's so much excitement right now. It's a lot of fun to be a part of.
It's one of the best investments in sports, the NBA.
No question.
The free throw drops for Williams. Both shots good from the stripe. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Pass to McDermott. Here's Wesley. Out to the wing. They need this. McDermott can't get it to go. For Boston, they've gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. Smart passes to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
San Antonio's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Wesley. McDermott with the ball. Defended by Smart. Right wing. Shot clock at 5. Fires it. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio. The Celtics have gotten 6 of their 13 shots to go. Here's Pritchard. Down low. Here's Muscala. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Here's Mamukelashvili, covered by Muscala. Rebound Boston. Williams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Pritchard. And the impact of international players in the NBA. It's climbing dramatically. Doris, in 1990, they played less than 5% of available minutes. Now it's more than 20%.
Well, the beauty is it's not just about the increase in numbers. It's the players at the top level in the NBA. Look at the MVP race last season. The top 3 were all international. I love it. It's a good sign for the game. We want the best players regardless of where they're from.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Williams. San Antonio with a rebound. Here's Wesley. A shot to stop the drought. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Well, what a terrific possession. Attack in the painted area.
Boston's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. There's a minute 54 left to play in the fourth. To the left side wing. Pass to Williams. Boston again missing.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Bates Diop. The bank shot, no good. And the Celtics shooting around 44%. Not bad. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Muscala. Can't get it to drop. And the Spurs going the other way now. And we've heard the cautionary tales in the past. Does it seem like players today are getting better financial advice, in your opinion, Grant, to make their money last?
Yeah, B.A., I think they're getting better financial advice, but I also think that the times that we're in, I think there's more awareness. Players understand the pitfalls or potential setbacks, the social media, digital age, all the information's there. So players today, yes, they're making more money, and I actually think they're doing a better job of protecting and saving their money, too.
Now, this is a guy who was 63% from the free throw line his first year. Zhang now has transformed himself into a very good free throw shooter.
Griffin, he's checked in for Boston.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Celtics.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And this will give them win number 32 on the year so far.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And they got a lot of great solo efforts tonight, but probably none bigger than the performance for Jaylen Brown.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Muscala. Here's Smart. Drained it for 2 points.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Mamukelashvili, covered by Muscala. Mamukelashvili, no good. Here's Pritchard. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Malcolm, there's no question you won this game defensively. What were the aspects that enabled you to contain them so well?
Man, just being locked in, man, every possession. We didn't take any possessions off. Everybody guarded their lane, and we're there on the help side.
You have to be mentally exhausted. Thanks, Malcolm.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.